It's Daryl, right?
Darnell.
Darnell, okay. Darnell, thank you for your patience. You know, we do things a little bit differently here at Metro Kia. What we like to present and to give to all of our customers is all the information, completely transparent, if you will, so you can make the best decision for you. I'm going to show you what you can own the car for. I'm going to tell you what we want to buy your car for. I'm going to show you what a bank recommended down payment is, and I'm also going to show you a series of monthly payments. Now, we've also discovered that, you know, way too many people come in and they can't trade with us because they don't have any equity. So we've deduced, and our customers have helped us deduce this, that, hey, they'd rather build equity faster. They'd rather have more equity when they want to trade. Shoot, they'd like to pay the sucker off quicker. So just like the mortgage industry has done, you know, in the last 10 years, the rates have dropped so that literally 30, 40, 50 million people have refinanced. Now, the vast majority of them expected, when they walked into the mortgage broker's office, they expected to leave with a lower payment because their interest rate dropped. But a large percentage left with a higher payment. You know why?
So you can pay it off fully.
Well, the mortgage broker showed them how to save $50, $100, $150, $200,000 by reducing the term from 30 to 20, 30 to 15, 30, even 30 to 10. Darnell, I can't save you $100 grand today, but I can show you how to save some money. Here's what it looks like. You own it for 30 and 9. Bank recommended down payment $1,750. We love your Borrego. We'll buy it for $9,000. Now, here are your 3 payment options. No other Kia store in Georgia is going to show you a payment $1,019 to $1,039. Okay? But the reason I'm doing it is because this payment right here is short term. It builds equity faster. You can trade or sell it sooner if you so desire. You pay it off faster, but the biggest part of it is you save yourself a pile of cash. The difference between here and here is about $1,500 that you keep in your pocket. But you know what, Darnell? We're realists. Most of our customers land on 60 months because the payment is not only more comfortable because it's much lower, but it's also more flexible, meaning you can gain many of the same benefits you can up here by just paying it off sooner, but in your own time frame. You get a raise, you get a bonus, you win a little bit of the lottery money. You can always pay it off sooner, no penalty. And right here is what our customers have nicknamed the best of both worlds, 48 at 808 to 828. So, Darnell, if you will check and circle the payment that's best for you, then okay, that right there will get your new Kia ready for delivery.
Well, even at 60 months, that's a lot higher than what I'm comfortable with monthly.
Okay. You know what, Darnell? I'd like to say you're the first person that's ever said that, but you're not. In fact, everybody says the same thing. We understand it's not a problem. Darnell, you know, when you look at a payment like that, let's take the high side. 702. I know what you're thinking. A, it's probably the highest car payment you've ever had.
It is.
Okay. B, you're going, I don't want to write no check for $702 every month, even though I know you can afford it. But what you're saying is absolutely, completely normal. However, what I want to do is I want to take a big picture look at this payment. All right? 702 is 702. And just like every other car payment or house payment that you've ever made in your entire life, once you've made a couple of them, you get used to it. But you're not going to make any unless we can justify it right here. You know, most people don't look at the big picture because most salespeople don't take the time to help them look at the big picture. 5 years from now, you're going to have in your hand what's called a free and clear title. All right? A free and clear title means that you can borrow money against that title. You can take it to a dealership, trade it in, and that title, it doesn't have any liens against it, so whatever that vehicle's worth, you get that amount of money in trade, or you can sell it. Now, according to American Leasing Guide, Edmunds, KBB, this vehicle will hold about 40% of its total value at the end of 5 years. Now, if you trash the car, if you run into a lot of stuff, a lot of people run into you, it ain't going to be worth 40%. On the other hand, if you take great care of it, service it right, keep it spotless, keep it clean, take good care of it, basically, it could be worth more than 40%. But we'll just use 40%. If you'll do, now, if I'd slide the calculator over there to the customer at this point in order to get them,
Might just be about 12 grand.
yeah, well, I'm going to do this. I don't want me for misprepared. And the reason I do this is just to keep the customer involved, okay?
Okay.
So Darnell, do me a favor, just take 30,000 and multiply it by 40% real quick.
12,000.
Okay. Now, every financial advisor in the world, when they're sitting down with anybody that needs to save money, says this: always pay yourself first. You know what? It's difficult. I mean, you got your mortgage, you got your rent, you got your car payments, you got your food, you got your electricity, you got all this. And then if there's anything left, some of us try to pay ourselves, but it's tough. Well, in this particular case, you are going to pay yourself first, all right? Because, do me a favor, take 60 and divide it into 12,000.
16 divided by 12.
12,000 divided by 60.
$200.
$200 of that 702 every single month is going into your savings account, all right? It's not Wells Fargo. It's not Chase. It's not a piggy bank either. It's that car title that you're going to have in 5 years. So basically what that means is your net car payment is going to be $502. Do me a favor, take 502, divide it by 30.
$1,673.
That's what you end up paying each day for your brand new Kia. Now, 1673 sounds a whole lot better than 702, doesn't it? Okay, I want you to okay this right there, and I'll assume it's the 60-month payment you want to do.
I do have a quick question for you.
Okay?
In all my years in the car business, they advise us not to hand a calculator to the customer, because the first thing they do is they take that 702 times the 60, and it comes to 42,120. Now, you probably heard that a lot too, but then they start really looking at, what they're going to pay for the car.
I worked in stores where having a calculator on your desk was a firing offense.
Yeah.
Okay? But let me explain something. Cell phones had not been invented yet.
So they can go to that side.
The internet, even the Defense Department wasn't using the internet. And by the way, when it came to telephones, we still had party lines, which means you picked up the phone, well, one of your neighbors could be on the line. You had to hang up until.
Right.
Yeah, so anybody that's still teaching, they can't have calculators on the desk, is stuck in 1978. Okay? But you're right, I was talking exactly the same thing. Hey, look, can we hide? How many customers don't have cell
Customer
phones?
pulls out his cell phone.
Exactly. No, they're surfing the internet and pounding their own keys. So why not just throw them a calculator? And you know what? 60 times 702 is 41,000. Hey, let me tell you, you know what? That's right, 41,000.
12 of that 1,000.
That's craziness. That's craziness. You know what? Let me see what I could do here. 36 times 1,019. Let's see. That's 36,000. You know what? I lied. I'm saving you $5,000. You want the 36 months? You want the 60? No. I mean, and that's the truth. All right.
We're converted to the mortgage. How much did you pay for your house? And after 30 years, what did you pay for your house?
$1 million for a $200,000 house. Right. I mean, that's probably a little high, but yeah. But no, Darnell, don't worry about it. Look, but they've all got calculators anyway. What I do, what this does is this exhibits confidence. Okay. And plus, anything he punches in there is the truth because he punched it in there. If I punch it in, I'm still a car salesman. Now, in the, let's say, I don't know what this deal was here. Anybody familiar with this deal, the Borrego? Was there a payoff on the Borrego? Yeah, it was 10,000. So this guy's, look, this includes the upside downness.
Oh, that's my deal.
Yeah, so I would throw that in there too. And if they still balk, I'd go, you know what, there's one more little bonus, do me a favor. Take $12,000, multiply it by 7%. 5 years from now, the tax rate in Georgia is going to be 7%. You're going to get an $840 tax credit when you trade it in. So all I'm doing is feeding them positive information. Now, does every customer in the world go, damn, thanks for the $9,000, or thanks for the low payment? No, they don't all do that. But you know what? You're helping them justify. Okay? I'm under no illusions about closing everybody on the first pencil. I dream about it, but that's all it is a dream. Now, this is what I call a teaching tool, okay? Although I've seen salespeople use these in front of a customer, okay? Using the example we just took, okay? We got put in 702 at 60 months. And when I put in the price of the vehicle, I don't know if this is sticker or not, but always put in sticker because residuals are based on the sticker prices. So what I can say, if the sticker on this was 32, I can say, look, we discounted it, $2,000 for you. However, what it's going to be worth is going to be based on what the sticker was, because them stupid people actually think someone's going to pay sticker for these cars. Wish somebody would, but they don't. So let's say that this was 30. Is this the?
That's addendum. Up here is MSRP. That's addendum.
Okay, well I'm going to use addendum now. Okay, I'll always use the highest number, right? So I'm going to put price of vehicle 30,009. Total depreciation. Well, if it's going to be worth 40%, I'm going to have to redo this because there's a shorter way to do it. But from a learning standpoint, the total depreciation in 5 years is going to be 60%. Okay, so 100 minus 60 equals 40. 3,009 times 40% is $12,000. Okay, so the $12,000 is the ending value. And
I got you.
Okay, and remember, I try to be graphic. Look, it's not going to be a piggy bank. It ain't going to be a Wells Fargo savings account. It's going to look like this. It's going to be a title, about this big. Okay, and I found lots of customers have never ever seen a title because they've never ever owned a car. I myself have not seen a title. Well, I paid off one of my daughter's cars. I've seen one title in my last 15 cars. Because, plus I leased too. But a lot of customers never seen a title. But I draw the little title and say, look, that's $12,000 there, baby.
That's crazy.
$12,000.
I got every title in my yard, every car in my yard, I got the title too.
Dexter, you're better with your money than most.
I got some old cars. That's some old cars. That's
all right, so we divide it by the finance term. So 12,000 divided by 60, that's 200.
60.
Okay, so 200. This is the portion of that payment which is saved. Okay, so line A, 702 minus line F, which is 200, gives us a net payment of 502. Okay, so we're subtracting this 200 from up here. And then what I do is I said, look, now I'll try to close right there. Okay, but if they balk, I said, look, do me a favor, divide 502 by 30.
Now, Steve, what if they? I gotta ask you, what if they balk on the difference?
What do you mean?
This difference in 502 and 702. 500 and that's $200.
Yeah.
Well, that's the amount of money
That's going towards
that's
interest.
no,
Savings.
no, not going. No, that's not going towards interest. Okay, that's going in a quasi savings account because that's the portion of the payment that they're going to have at the end of the day when they've got a $12,000 car and no liens against it.
I got you.
Okay?
I got you.
Yeah, well, yeah, this includes taxes, interest, fees, doc fees, includes all that stuff. We're not hiding anything. And in this particular case, it includes $1,000 worth of negative equity. So I can say, look, not only is your net payment going to be 502, but that includes paying off that old Borrego you ain't paid off yet. Which is it's the truth. But see, people don't communicate to customers like this. I wasn't going to show you this, but look, the payment's 6702 with the trade-in. The payment on this particular vehicle would probably be about $650 without a trade-in. Okay? So look, that's a difference of $52. Now, if you want to lower your payment by $52, give me a check for $5,000. All right? Or, let's see, put down additional cash. Your payment will be $552. Keep the cash. Your payments.
How does $5,000 only lower the payment $52? What customer am I gonna get to fall for that, Steve?
Wait a minute, isn't it, was it 20?
It's $20
No,
per
okay.
thousand.
I just did that.
How am I gonna get my customer to fall
No,
for something?
It's not
no,
always
no.
$20 either. so,
No, yeah.
Well, it ain't never there.
That was my bad. Put $3,000, lower it by 6.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's what I did. I used
Yeah, I got
22. I just didn't do the math right. Okay, which is why I always carry a calculator. Okay. So you put down 3,000, you lower it by $60. Okay, or keep your 3,000 in the bank, live with the higher payment. Well, by the way, we're paying off 2 cars, not 1. Which way you want to go? Okay, I always want to give the customer a which way do you want to go, close, because now I'm giving him options. I'll say, look, your payment's $100 higher than you want it to be. Right? I tell you what, we can do one of 4 things. And you told me that the 6-cylinder, you told me the sunroof, the technology package, and the 4-wheel drive was all important to you. Okay, that's $100 a month. Okay. Now, I think you can afford it and you deserve it, but that's up to you. So you got 4 ways to go here. If you want a $100 a month payment, payment's $100 a month less, we can do one of 4 things. Pick out another car. Okay, I think it's a bad idea, but it's up to you. Give me $5 grand more in cash. If I were you, I'd keep it in your savings account, wherever it is, but you know what, that's up to you. Pay $3.33 a day more each month for the car you deserve and you can afford. Or, you know what, if you qualify, my man, we can look at extending the terms. Which way you want to go? Or what do you think the number 1 answer there is?
Extended time.
I think I could qualify for extended term. I don't know.
That's the whole point of this, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Have them begging for extended terms.
Now, you know, I try hard to close them for the right reason. I said, look, you know, I can look at 66, I can look at 72, and I will do it for you because you got the money. You know, you're in charge. But at 60 months, you're going to pay it off quicker. At 48 months, you're going to save a ton of money. At 36 months, you know, if you could stand it, you'd have A, the highest payment on your block, which you could brag about, and B, you'd also save the most money on the car sale. Save $5 grand. Okay? No other Kia store in the world will show you how to save $5 grand except Metro Kia. Knowing full well that the number of people who can afford a $1,000 a month payment is probably rather minuscule. But am I telling the truth the entire time? Yeah, I am.
Steve, this guy, we want the best training, Steve, but we gotta be honest with you.
Absolutely.
This guy wanted to be at 430.
He's on the
Ended out at
It's
450.
a wrong car.
450.
Yeah, I mean,
No, he walked down here at 450.
well,
This guy.
But like he's saying, that's when we
yeah,
qualify.
I got no magic for that.
Yep.
Well,
See, if
no, we sold this car, but this is what I'm saying, guys. Look here, Steve. This is what Walter Bell did to me.
well, oh wait a minute,
Walter Bell,
he left
this
at
guy
450?
left at 450 at 72 months.
Okay, well,
Maybe
that's fine.
75.
Look, one of the reasons that you guys do more gross profit per car than most of the import stores of all types in the city is you're doing this.
I want to be able to really, and don't get me wrong, that what you taught me there, that's good for $50. But what about when we're $150 away?
But that's when you put them on the right car. You guys, and this is from my week being here, you guys are putting them on too much.
Darnell, this is Kia. This is Kia. You ain't hearing this customer. This customer's trading in a Borrego that was paying $400 a month. Okay? The Borrego cost more than the Sorrento when it was out. Okay? This sticker is 2814. The first thing Walter Bell did was say, Dexter, how in the hell am I getting a $1,500 rebate off MSRP of 2814 and you got the nerve to put $30,000 over here?
That's what they did, and that's why I sold the car.
Well,
Some
I mean,
customers
those are
don't want to take advantage of the additional product.
No, luckily for me, I'd already sold him on environmental paint protection, right? So my point is though, but still, man, this guy left out of here $230 lower than this 60-month payment. So my point is, I mean,
Okay.
if train me to hold 150 of that.
Well, I'm going to guess that when he said you're nuts and you're
He
nuts.
said I was nuts. He about blew out on this one.
Okay.
I'm just telling you the reality.
No, I hear you.
This is a real deal.
But
Saturday.
I'm going to guess that you didn't go into any justifications or defenses. You just went, let me go talk to my manager.
No, not at all. No, not at all. Not at all. Right off the bat, I told him this is exactly what you wanted for your trade.
Okay.
Right? Because that's where we hit him at. Because I knew that was going to be his focus. And I got him off this. Right? That plus the environmental paint protection, because we're out back, and he led himself right into it.
Okay.
Why he's got white on him? Oh, you already know what I said.
Yep.
This is what they were bucking on. This, and bottom line, it was for his daughter, who can handle a $50 bump, right, on the base Sorrento with the convenience package. That's what it had.
Yeah, okay, but now let me put this in different perspective for you. So he left here at 450.
This guy left here at 450 with just the mama on it. She had bad credit. See, there was some other obstacles too.
She left here at a net payment of $248. Okay? Because at the end of 5 years, that thing's going to be worth 12 grand.
Or 72 months.
Okay, then it would drop it down to 30%. Yeah, probably 35. What's 30 grand times 35%?
You saying what percent?
35%.
10.5.
10.5 divided by 72.
Come on, over at Curry Hyundai, you gotta get these crazies. You gotta
Oh,
get these
no.
Bosnians over here.
145,
Bosnians and the Patels over there, man. Come on, how do you
Oh, well, first of all, they're not smart enough to start them this high. Okay? You know, the management staff over there is not nearly as strong as Dan forces the management staff here to be.
I agree with you on that.
Okay? At Curry, their grosses don't approach yours. Now their volume is massive, but it's two different philosophies. I mean, they do $1 million a month in profit in their service department. So so they can afford to blow cars out. But as a salesman, I want to make some gross profit. You know?
I wouldn't sell cars over there, Steve.
I wouldn't blame you. I wouldn't blame you. Now, some of the higher volume guys make some money. Well, their average payout on a car, including F&I, is I think $466. Okay.
That ain't bad though.
No, it isn't bad.
That's pretty good, actually.
They're very volume bonus driven. So you may give away 8 cars, but once you give away 8 cars, you get $1,000. You get $100 for each car. So you sell 8 cars. That's
$1,800.
That sucks. By the time you hit 22, now you're in the $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 range.
So you just horn them out, kind of, sort of. That's what we call
Not
them.
kind of, sort of.
Not really.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's their business model. Voiles Honda, completely different business model. They make big grosses. Why? Because A, they work them stronger, and B, they don't. When an Indian comes in, they go out and they're very polite and they say, "Hi, welcome to. What kind of car are you looking for? Accord LX. Fine. Here's what you can buy it for." Okay, we'd like, well, no, here's what you can buy it for. If that works, we'll go ahead and show you the car. And then they literally give them a map to Curry. I'm not kidding. So, both stores make great, both stores are very profitable, two completely different business philosophies. Your business philosophy here is better for the salesperson.
We agree.
Voiles, their business philosophy is better for the salesperson. Curry, it's better for the dealer. It's better for the company. Okay? And it's not, again, they don't, some of the salespeople, if you can sell 25 cars, you make a lot of money. If you sell 8 or 10, you literally start. All right. Now,
Can we, I'm sorry, go over some objections or overcome the trade?
oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Just give me the objection.
Okay, I was expecting more from my trade, to be honest with you.
Darnell, you and everybody else I've talked to for the last 10 years expects more for the trade, including me when I trade. So that's not a problem, I understand. That's called empathy right there, okay? Instead of going, well, what do you want? Which is called confrontation. Hey, just watch, if you can do that, just headbutt, okay? Grab him by the back of the neck, just headbutt. Other than the trade though, Darnell, everything else is fine, nothing else stops you from taking a new key home, correct?
Correct.
Okay, and if he says no, the payment, though, I said, well, we'll get to that too, okay? I'll say, all right, Darnell, I tell you what we're gonna do. I'm gonna do something that very, very few other stores would do. I'm gonna bring in another bidder to bid against us on this. Now, are you familiar with KBB?
Yes, I am. That's how I came away.
Okay. I'm gonna guess, if you remember correctly, KBB said this vehicle was worth on the low end from 9,400, on the high end from 10,600.
That's fine.
Which, by the way, is exactly what it is, because I did it for you guys.
Okay.
Okay. And you know what? KBB is a terrific website to go to. We use it too. But Darnell, KBB is a for-profit website. Okay. I mean, they're not do-gooders. I mean, they intend to make money every single day. The way they make money is by driving advertising revenues. And the advertising revenues are based strictly on the number of people that visit the site. So the more people that visit the site, the more advertising revenues, the more profitable they become. Darnell, if you had a website that worked on the same business model, meaning you had to attract more people, and one of your jobs was to provide values for their cars, would you tend to be a little high or a little low?
Absolutely.
You'd be high, of course you would, but you know what, doesn't make it a bad site. However, did you know that Kelley Blue Book will buy that vehicle from you?
No, I didn't.
Oh well, they absolutely will. Hand me my computer.
Now I've heard about this here. I've
I heard about
In
this.
fact, I'm gonna flash this up on the wall so you guys can all watch it as I go through it.
So let me get this straight then. So they give you a price, but the buy price is not worth it.
Oh, no way.
You know that. That's it. Now that's information I need that we need to.
Because what they start doing is taking off what it's going to cost them.
Condition it. And,
You're gonna love this.
I didn't know that. So,
Darnell, you've been working at a pre-owned store. Where you been working?
well, I was with Bill Hurt 10 years and I went to a pre-owned store for the last 3.5 years. So
You're lucky you're not in jail.
yeah.
The cop kid ain't doing nothing that Bill Hurd didn't do, huh?
Yeah, I don't know Cobb County Kid, but I do know Bill Hurd. Yes, I called on Bill Hurd himself. Who was a very nice guy. He just happened to staff his.
He did.
Appointment for my girls rescheduled for Friday.
Today?
Sierra Palm. So they call her into work at 3 today. So she'll be here Friday at 9:30.
Yeah, this is a perfect example of how the internet can be your best friend.
It's just a long, little process, man. If I could get through it quicker, it'd be a lot better.
Well, you know what? If you're going to get through it, if you're going to get through it quicker, chances are your growths are going to go down. I mean, look, we can all shortcut fast track it.
Or if this is a customer that you had an appointment on, you knew was coming in, you could kind of go ahead and advance and.
That's what I did with you guys. I knew what the trade was.
So,
Now when you got a big old advertisement on your website that says we'll do 5,000 over at KBB.
We'll do up to.
You know what? You said the same thing. I said it's supposed to say that, but it doesn't. And I got called on it twice yesterday.